say?
Well, let's see. I do not count my chickens before they're hatched. I've been proven wrong so many times here and generally in my life. So I'm the first to admit sometimes that I'm wrong. But let's see how it's going to go. Sort of stable and consistent skier. So this is what is going to be his advantage, and of course the fact that it's the first time that he's now running at 52, which gives him much better sort of control over his skiing. And although it's very, very new to him, he is very, very well adapting to this new speed. So we have been told by the judges that next skier is going to be Gabor on boat number 1 at 13 meters rope. So he's going to have the soft wind on his back. So is off. And here, let's see what he's going to do at 13 with a backwind 53rd. He will definitely at number 3. It's going to be his signature. No, he didn't. He didn't do the back. So successfully around 5, pulling to 6, and he is through to the end of the race. So Till is now coming online in order to do his attempt over 13 at this sort of becoming windy once again. It's a tailwind at this end of the lake, so he's going to be doing 13. It is something that he does consistently, therefore we don't see that there's going to be much drama here. But yes, it's not over until it's over.
It's over there. And Doc says, I was going to put in the garage.
So now we see, so they're sorry to be off the air for so long, but it was the preparation of the next year in the water. So Tiris is now in the water, and the second boat is ready to pull him across the lake at 30-meter rope and at 52 speed.
I'm just wondering whether the preparation is entailing the pockets and some parachute contraption, because he's going to be coming in with a tailwind and he's going to be needing a little bit of a drag to slow him down. I think he quite enjoys the headwind. But a great, consistent, technical skier is Roteris from Poros in Greece. Around buoy 1 and 2, making it very easy. 4, 5. He almost paused before the buoy. That looked so easy.
Yes, he doesn't have the pockets this time, but he's still got the red shorts, which are these lucky shorts, and apparently proved them once again. lovely, comfortable 13.
Yeah.
So now it's going to be the challenge 12.
Are we going to guess that we're going to have a... No.
I think let's make a wager and see what are the chances of having 2 successful passes. We haven't had a single one all morning. So let's see. What do you think, Jan? I'm not opening my mouth yet. Waiting to hear from you.
You are such a coward. Okay, well, again, I'm going to be super optimistic. These 2 skiers are both great in their own rights. I mean, even the Greek, would you believe it? Maybe I should even say, especially the Greek in this case. Yes, both Sotiris and Gabor should not have a problem on 12 meters, head or tail. So please, guys, give us 2 clean passes. We really want to see that.
Well, there is a good ancient saying that says that a mother has never mourned for a lost coward son. So basically, I think that with Sotiris, I think that it's going to be 100% he's going to pass the 12. Gabor is the challenge, and we don't know how cold he feels or how pressure he feels, or what is going to be the situation that might prevent him from running this clean 12. But I think this is again probably the biggest chance of having 2 complete rounds in this competition.
And the only difference is the speed. Gabor skiing at 55 and Sotiris skiing at 52. Gabor on the water at the moment. Are we going to? Yes, we have the slam dunk. That's his little special gift for us. Oh, tight, but he made it. Wow, wow, wow. He made it. And a little slam dunk. What a show, what a show. And I do believe that Sotiris is going to make it, and I do believe I'm finally, for the first time, going to be right.
I think we're both going to be right. Yeah, and that's going to be a challenge because we want to be sort of, one of us has to be wrong, and we can sort of niggle the other. But yes, this is the first opportunity.
What is he saying?
So this is preparing. Yes, the boat is getting into position, and 12-meter length, rope length. And the boat is creeping into position, and it's off. 12 at 52. So, nice wide setup. Through the gates, number 1, no big turn. Number 2, around number 3, nice easily, comfortably. And number 4, around number 5, again nice and quietly. Number 6 and home, and I think that we are winners. We made it. 2 clear passes in this tournament, and this is amazing. After so many challenges, this is the first time we have 2 skiers run 2 passes in this head-to-head challenge.
Well, finally we both right, and absolutely delighted. So 2 clear passes, 12 meters, Gabor at 55 k's now, Sotiris at 52. Gabor is what, 45 plus, I think?
Yes.
Sotiris is 65 plus, so there's a 20-year age.
11 meters.
A 20-year age difference. Just gives us hope, doesn't it? And they are now coming back at 11 meters with a tailwind.
This is a challenge.
This is the real thing, guys. 11 meters. And you are definitely going to see more slam dunks in action.
Well, Jan, this is now the decider.
Yeah.
And this is
Yeah.
where we might see something that we might be having a repetition, because we won't actually know because it's the semi-finals. It's only in the finals that you will have a repetition. Here, the first boat has an advantage.
right.
So Gabor is in the water, past the gates, past number 1, and that's it. One buoy at 11. So Sotiris, all he needs to do is to do 1.5 buoy more than Gabor in order to pass this challenge and go to the final.
Well, it's interesting that Gabor would have had the advantage had he cleared it, and had Sotiris cleared it. But now, Sotiris has the advantage of knowing that he only needs 1.25 buoys. He just needs to go around 2 and let go. And
I have a feeling that we're going to be seeing
Sotiris against his great friend Robbie.
Yes, Jan is going to be Greece against South Africa.
We're going to be fighting again.
But we don't count our chickens before they're hatched. So he still has to do 2 buoys at 11, or 1.25, or 1.5 around 11 before we can decide on the final challenges. There is a duck in the pre-gates, which is an extra handicap, which we hope gets the message and gets out of the way for our steers. And Sotiris is in the course right now, passing the three gates with a setup now through the gates, past number 1, going for number 2, successfully around the 2, so he is in the final. So Jan, here we are confirmed, we have South Africa against Greece. This is most untraditional because South Africa and Greece have always been friends. And of course, in the we are going to be seeing now the sort of muscle against the brawn against brain. It's
So what did he- was it
Odysseus
3 buoys?
against Aias. Yeah. So, Jan, let's see the betting. What do you think is going to happen now? I know you are for South Africa, but really, we have to put the advantages and disadvantages. The biggest disadvantage, of course, for Sotiris is he doesn't have his flappy pockets. So he's still got his red trousers, and Robbie is at his lake and train for all the summer here in South Africa.
Well, the question is, are we going to be celebrating with ouzo? In fact, is this your traditional drink still in Greece?
No. Ouzo is not okay, they call it traditional, but
You don't.
it's too chemical. If you want, it's wine, it's Retsina, and it's also Tsipuro. Tsipuro is kind of nice alcohol, nice and clear, keeps you a straight head and doesn't spoil your skiing next day.
Okay. Well, I'm hoping we'll be celebrating with some lovely Stellenbosch wine. So I think that tells you what I'm hoping for, but I'm a very proud South African. Although I must tell you, when I look at our politicians on TV and hear what their antics are, I'm seriously embarrassed. Yeah, there we go. Great skiing, and these two legends, great friends, are going to be pitting it against each other in this, the final round. As you say, South Africa versus Greece. All I can tell you is when we party afterwards, we'll be partying together.
True, very true. And at least in this, we are champions. Both countries are true champions. Very good. So now let's see. Who's going to be in boat number 1 and who's going to be in boat number 2? This is a good question, and I think it's going to be, I don't know whether it's seed or anything who's going to be choosing, but definitely this is going to be one first thing that we have to see in this process, and maybe we can call in some extra help to talk to us about it. Stuart!
Well, I'm
Stuart,
wondering whether, just to mess things up, Sotiris isn't going to choose Ross as his driver, or maybe that won't be a good idea. This should be interesting.
So here we have Stuart that is back here with us, and maybe we can pose the question to him and see what he thinks in this battle of South Africa against Greece. Greece always being the underdog and coming on top at the end of the day, but let's let him give us in his own words.
Well, I love both these skiers, but I'm confident Sotiris is going to take it. We've got to make an age allowance here for us older guys. He's taking on Robbie on his own water, his own site, his own boat. And Rob, seeded number 1 yesterday, gets to choose a boat, so he's going to choose his brother and he's going to choose a carbon, and poor Sotiris is going to have to just pick up the pieces. So I'm always hoping for Sotiris to win. He's beaten me on every competition I've ever done against him, not by a lot, but he's always done it, so he's definitely the one with my money's on.
Yeah.
Good justification.
But again, thinking about it, Robbie is sort of in an uncommon ground, because last night, rather than having a nice, decent dinner to help him in this competition, he had pizza, which is very detrimental, as he well knows, on his sort of functions, and it's going to be detrimental on his performance.
And it's Italian.
Yes, so basically it's European, and their Schengen will stick together and, against South Africa.
Yeah.
So we're
Yeah.
I think
No
getting
respite here.
and
No
they're coming
breaks.
back at 13 again, right?
No, I think it's 12.
Should be a short.
It should be 12.
Should be a short.
Boat, are they coming back on 12 now?
We want to get their money's worth.
Yeah.
I brought that from the
13 meters.
Back on 13 again. Thank you.
Don't need it.
So Robbie's
So
first.
Robbie's got the advantage
Coming on what?
on 13.
On
So yes, I was hoping they'd be coming back on 12. In fact, 11 would be even better. But no, we are back to 13. So it's sort of like extending this thing every time. And yeah, I'm really disappointed that Robbie had pizza last night. I mean, he could have been having a lekker South African bride, the way we do it in South Africa, which is great. It's rustig and it's alles, bit of beer and the fire and great
End
boerewors
of signing
and
here,
steak and salads made by the ladies. But
Abinai.
apparently that wasn't to be. So they'll be coming back at 13. The wind seems to have calmed down. Oh my word, these ducks are all over the place. They want to be part of the action.
No, it's 6. It's having decks up.
And this is it. It's the last 2 skiers of the day. Sotiris and Robbie. South Africa versus Greece.
So, Gabriel, take the ducks that are they're voting down there. Just going. We have also occasion in the lake. We've got 2 ducks that are sort of doing nasty things to each other, and there's a lot of sort of hanky-panky, I think. So yeah, let's hope that it's over and done with by the time that we've got our skiers. Our skiers are back in the lake. It's a pity we don't have David Attenborough here to discuss a bit further about this situation with the ducks. I'm afraid I have very little knowledge to explain what is happening there. But apparently, yes, it's one duck is really pissed off. And we've got a pissed off duck in the middle of the lake, creating further excitement.
Robbie, 55, 13.
Well, Robbie has
Guys, remember, this is the final. We have one ex-European champion and one current European.
ducks all over the place. Is he allowed to protest? Are the ducks going to get out the water? Will they continue their hanky-panky, as you put it?
Il moro το άλλο. Ecco lì.
Robbie, jy moet wen. Hierdie Grieke, hulle moet wen vandag. Is daar iemand wat lekker Afrikaans praat? Want nou kan ons lekker praat. Ek hoop Suid-Afrika wen en ek hoop dis Robbie. So, good luck to the Greeks today.
Yes, I don't think luck will come into it at all. Basically, the only loss of luck is that poor duck that's being subjected to a lot of bullying in the lake. And we're always for the underdog, so we're hoping that the skiers will spoil this fight.
Just a beautiful sight, isn't it? So what do you do? I remember you, but it's amazing how you learn different skills. What was the top? So now you're going to go down. But it's actually
Robbie, 65, 13.
So the first skier in the water is Robbie Alexander. He is on the boat number 1 and he is going to be coming down at 13-meter rope, 55 kilometers an hour. Over the setup, he is number 1 boy, then number 2 boy successfully, then number 3 boy of number 4. Looks quite confident, round number 5, number 6, and well successfully through his pass.
I couldn't breathe, I was so nervous, I didn't want to jinx him. I think now the commentators are more nervous than the skiers. But fantastic, Robbie doing 6 balls, and those ducks were just everywhere. Ross was hooting and just trying to chase them out, but I think nothing was going to faze Robbie. He was completely focused. Can we breathe?
Yes, the poor duck didn't, but we can. And now it's going to be Sotiris. He's preparing. He is clearing up his red shorts, and he will be coming in at 13 at 52. So that let's hope that the ducks sort of get out of the way once again, so that there's no further handicap to our skiers. So yes, there's a little bit of a strengthening of the wind. It's tailwind for Sotiris.
But he's got the parachutes, remember?
Yes, he doesn't have the parachutes
Yes,
yet.
coming back. 13.
If he clears this, the competition goes on, but he needs to make 6. This is excitement, sheer excitement.
Yes, and it's 6 not at any speed. We are talking about that 13-meter rope. It is sort of something which is difficult for a huge number of skiers worldwide. And these guys, it's their opening round. It's their opening ski pass. So they will be coming down back at 12. And this is, both of them have shown that they can pass it easily. So we are both keeping our fingers crossed that this is going to be the second time in this tournament we will have 2 passes of our challengers.
I'm almost wondering if we might see 3 passes, because Big George, if they come back, nice headwind on 12, neither of them have too much difficulty on 11, so let's see. We might even see them getting into the 3rd round, the 3rd pass.
Well, yes, you're right, Jan, but yes, in the 3rd pass, that is where Robbie has the advantage, where in all of his passes in the tournament, he ran 11.
Yeah.
And for Sotiris, 11, this is the first time that he's ever attempting 11 at 52, and he's still learning his ropes around 11. So this is going to be an advantage to Robbie in this tournament, but it still remains to be seen, because Sotiris is a very, very competitive fellow, and you never know what he's going to spring out of his closed pockets.
Well, Robbie's going to be the first on the water again, coming back at 12 meters, and I think the ducks have got the message, or hopefully they have. But I think Robbie's equally competitive. He manages to control his mind very, very well in competitions. He stays hugely focused. But I guess it's not all over till the flat lady sun. But is this going to be the last 2 rounds that you're going to be seeing of this knockout? 2 great friends, but a war of note between them just for today. Robbie on the water, coming up 12 meters into the wind. This should not be a problem. Going in from 0 into 1. Around 2, looking strong. Around 3, looking like typically happy Robbie on the water. 12 meters, that made it look really, really easy. Your view from the
He's really a machine. Robbie is really a machine. Seriously, he's a big dog and a very big one. So I'm very anxious to see what will happen.
So yes, let's see now Sotiris do the 12. I think he's got it, and that's why we're going to have the second time we're going to have 2 full passes here. And actually this is an advantage to Robbie, because Sotiris had to work hard in order to get into this final. But Robbie had just single passes and that was it. But I think that yes, it's not so much the tiredness as it is the capability and sort of clear mind in these conditions, lovely conditions. You've got the headwind, and as long as he is strong, I think this is going to be again the second time we're going to have two successful passes in the lake. The boat is now lining up. It's the skiers waiting for the pull and creeping to take the slack, and the boat is off. So here we are. Sotiris Kyprios. He is coming down 12-meter rope at 52 kilometers an hour. Nice wide setup. Through the gates, number one, easily going wide, number two, pulling for number three, lovely, composed, number four, pulled off his arms, but he managed to recuperate and he's through the pass, 6 boys, so that we have successfully two skiers passed, two passes and the successful passing 12. Therefore, we're going to have our contestants coming out at 11-meter rope, with Robbie coming first, having the advantage of the number one boat. But having been the final on equal par, they will have to run it again, unlike the previous levels in this competition. So we're going to wait and see what's going to happen at 11 with a tailwind.
What a fight by Sotiris. I thought he wasn't going to make 3 boys, and he doesn't give up. You've got to give the Greeks something. I've got to concede sometimes. But really, a 20-year age difference, and the way he twists his neck and braces himself for the pull, and he just doesn't give up. What an incredible skiing that we are so privileged to watch today. So proud of them, both of them. What can we say again? South Africa doing it. Both of them. Again, beating Hungary, beating Britain, beating Namibia, and beating France, and beating Belgium. So really fantastic, and I guess this is going to be the last pass, but you never know.
You're absolutely right, Jan, and this is it. The two challengers coming to the last pass. Robbie, nice setup for 11. Tailwind, 11-meter rope. 1 in the bag. 2, and nicely composed for number 3. That was a bit challenging. Pass number 4. So it's pass number 5, and he actually ran it. 11 tailwind, he ran it.
You sound surprised, I'm not. Another faultless performance by South African Robbie Alexander. That's how you ski 11 meters. Evan Fullermover, great to see you here. A former South African champion water skier. It would be great to see you back on the water. I think you studied engineering. Come chat to us. So Eamon, a great skier in South Africa. He's been off the water for a while. Sadly to say we can see it, you need to be back on the water. But a gutsy skier, one of our absolute finest, it would be great to see you competing again.
Yeah, Jan, it's going to take some time to get back on the water. He's got to make sure I've got the cash income with the job and all that sort of things. But no, definitely need to get out there and get competing again.
Tell us what you studied, how you were Stellenbosch.
Yeah, so I spent a couple of years here at Stellenbosch University studying mechanical engineering.
So you've got your degree and you're out there practicing here?
I work for a Dutch company. I actually really mining equipment, those sorts of things. Big into marine industry and bike building and things, and hopefully that gives a little bit of a chance to do a little bit more risky bike building. We'll see.
So, here we
well,
have
great to see you here. And we have Sotiris. Can he make 6 boys. I think you're going to be more apt at this. I'm